something because God speaks to us based on our understanding, not his understanding. So when the Lord is coming down to you, he comes down at your level to communicate in a way you will understand. So you see, this is Prophet Evans, and Evans is doing prophetic ministrations. Are you here? And all of a sudden, Evans came and stood in front of James. And all of a sudden, instead of him to be thinking of the word to get for James, Solomon thought rather hit him strongly. You are standing in front of James, but thinking about Solomon. It is unusual because at this point, you should be thinking about James and what the Lord is about to say concerning James. But all of a sudden, the thought of Solomon hit you. You just remembered about Solomon, and it is so strong that James have disappeared, but Solomon have appeared in your head. You should know that it's not like something is about to happen to Solomon. No, it is just that James probably is doing the same activity like Solomon's. James is a political figure. He's a politician. What you just need to do, don't say, I have a brother. That's where prophetic language comes. You are not supposed to say, I have a brother who is a politician. Are you also a politician? No, you're not supposed to say that. You see, you must believe in your prophetic knowledge and what the Lord is showing. We call it what? Association revelation. So what you need to do is that you just have to tell James, you're a politician. I'm seeing you as a political figure. Oh, yes. I'm a politician. And then you'll be surprised. Which party is your brother? NDC. You tell James, you are an NDC member. He said, yes, I'm NDC. I'm NDC. You see, people that are in the crowd, you say, wow, the prophet. But they don't know that you just remembered your brother. We don't tell people our secret. They only see our manifestation. That's the secret of prophets. So sometimes you can be standing in front of James and there is an issue. For example, you remember a brother or a sister or a friend. Let's say the friend name is called Mike. And many years ago, Mike went for a US visa interview and he was rejected. He shared the story with you and you left it there. But immediately you stood in front of James, you remember Mike's visa refusal. And it's so strong because God used the known to communicate the unknown. He used what we know to relate to what we don't know. Because sometimes that is the best way God can explain and reveal something. Because God speaks to us based on our understanding, not his understanding. So when the Lord is coming down to you, he comes down at your level to communicate in a way you will understand. So you see, you have remembered the visa refusal. So you tell James, I'm seeing you went for a visa interview and you were rejected. He said, yes. How did you know? You see, God is communicating that to you because that's not his all and that's not his best method of communication, but that is the best you can understand his communication. For example, anytime I want to get my small child out, any of you, if I'm going somewhere, say, get up, sit in the car. I don't tell you where we are going. But if you must convince my small child out, sometimes to convince him out of my room before I can sleep, you see that my phone must go out with him. That's how he understands. You have to play cartoons in your phone before he leaves you. Or you have to say, okay, come, I will get you calipo. Okay, come, yogurt. Or come, ice cream. So do you think if he grow, I'll still do that? I was telling one guy, I said, look, because the mother insulted him and he got angry and blah, blah. And I said, look, some of us, we survive failed assassination from our mothers. Have your mother ever used a cutlass and cut you and he didn't succeed? And you ran out. And then see, still your mom. God communicates to us based on the level we can understand him. So you must understand that this is how God communicates. He uses what we know to relate or to convey an information to what we don't know. That's how he communicates. That's what by association. For example, I was prophesying to one guy. He came to me and when he sat in front of me, he removed an envelope. All of a sudden, it's like he just disappeared and Nelson Mandela appeared. And that Nelson Mandela story, feeling and everything was on me. And I said, sir, you're a political giant, you're a leader, and your leadership will go beyond a community. It's a national and then international leadership. You see, I was making that declaration. He said yes. He began to tell me some of his position he was occupying. There was no way I could have known that. But like all of a sudden, Nelson Mandela. I can't say your name is Nelson Mandela. No, because Nelson Mandela is dead and gone. We know him. But you see, that man just came. I was praying for a brother. Whilst I was just praying for him and his business, and then vim, something just changed. And then he just disappeared. And one man appeared. I said, no, this man is going to be the next big thing. Because all of a sudden, he just disappeared. And Kenneth Copeland appeared. I wasn't thinking about Kenneth Copeland. I was praying for that brother. But you see, that's how God communicates. So there are patterns, and this is how God communicates using patterns. Be careful when it comes to prophetic association. Sometimes you can be standing in front of James. You don't know James' name. Let's assume you don't know James' name. And all of a sudden, Raphael came to your mind. Or Raphael appeared. Not any story about Raphael. Just Raphael. You'll be surprised that his name is Raphael. Say, Raph, are you Raphael? Say, yes, I'm Raphael. You see, these things I'm sharing, they are not in a book. They are practical interactions over the years that I have learned that this is how God communicates in the realm of the spirit. So you see, Raphael just came And say, he's Raphael. I remember there is this, my sister is in Navarungo UDS, she's called Emilia. One day I was in Cedar Mountain, I was just prophesying, and then I just walked to one lady and her face appeared. I said, you are Emilia? She said yes. I said, come. I saw only that. So I said, you are Emilia? She said yes. I said, come. Remember, God can use like about 5 different channels of communication. Speak one information about one person to you. So don't limit it to one thing. So after you see that face, you are now waiting for no. That may be the last thing. Another thing is that he's coming from a different angle.
The mountain stands because of wrong perception. When truth enters your mind, it begins to crack.